ॐ ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. So we were seeing Bhajagovindam Govindam Bhajamodamathe Samprapte Sannihite Kale Nahi Nahi Rakshati Dukring Karane. Then he went on to say Mudha Jahihi Dhanagama Trishnam Kurusat Buddhim Manasi Vitrishnam Yellavase Nija Karmopatam Vittam Tena Vinodaya Chittam. Okay? Then you don't have to worry about this worldly things. Whatever your prarabdha has loaded, that will be delivered. So you don't have to worry about these things. Okay. Now then he said, okay, there were three words which are important, which I grouped as two words from 3 to 7 and 3 to 8, and the second word is taken care by the 9th shloka, which is a mood. Dhanam, Jahihi Dhanama Trishnam and Manasi Vitrishnam. These two words are grouped. Okay, that is for dispassion. And Kurusat Buddhim is for discrimination. Okay, and discrimination, Kurusat Buddhim is taken care of in the 9th shloka. And Jahihi Dhanagam Trishnam and Manasi Vitrishnam, dispassion is taken care of from the 3rd shloka to the 8th shloka. Okay, that is how this scheme of things work here. Now, after understanding that, the 3rd shloka we went on to understand. Naristanabhara nabhidesham drishtva magha mohavesham etan mamsa vasadi vikaram manasi vichintayavaram varam. This is flesh, fat, etc., which the body is made of. This we have to think about again and again, repeatedly think about this again and again, so that we can give up the attachment to the other things. It is not just the body, it is everything, the whole world. This is just a pointer. As I said yesterday, it is just a pointer to the external things. So, not be attached to the external things. Yes, I am not attached to external things. There are some people who say, why? I love myself. I love me much more than others. I love me, the group. So this I love me group, that is taken care of in the next shloka. And he says, beautiful shloka, Nalini dalagata jalam atitaralam. Nalini dalagata jalam atitaralam. Nalini dalagata jalam atitaralam. Nalini dalagata jalam atitaralam. Tadvat jivitam atishaya chapalam. Tadvat jivitam atishaya chapalam. Tadvat jivitam atishaya chapalam. Vidhi vyadhyabhiman abhimangrastam. Vidhi vyadhyabhimangrastam. Vidhi vyadhyabhimangrastam. Lokam shokam cha samastam. Lokam shokam cha samastam. I have a difficulty in reading in English. If it is Sanskrit, it will be easy for me. Okay. Since I know this, I am able to manage it. Nalini dalagata jalam ati taralam tadvat jivitam atishaya chapalam vidhi vyadhi abhimana grastam lokam shokam cha samastam. So he says, okay, you don't have attachment to the external world. Fine. But we cannot give up the attachment to the body, sense organ complex. This is the most precious thing in the whole world. How is that? We explain this story in this situation. There is this man who wanted to shift from his village to the next village. Okay, now it is very difficult. Then it was very easy. The landlord of the next village will give you place and all the facility to stay, and it is easy. So this fellow, he took packed his possession with his kid and with his wife and his wealth, which is one cattle which he had. So with all that, he is traveling. So there is a river on the way. Okay, so he thought, okay, we'll manage to cross this side of the from this side to the other side of the river easily. So he traveled. What happened was he misjudged the force of the river. So he could not manage everything. He has his kid on the shoulder, and he's holding his wife in one hand, the wealth, whatever is on his head, and on the other hand he is holding on to the cattle. So when he understood he cannot manage all of them, he left the cattle, he held on to the wealth and the kid, wife. Now, after some time, he said he cannot manage all this again. So he gave up his wealth to manage his wife and kid. After some time, okay, some people will give up the wife. This fellow said, okay, I can have another kid, so I will give my kid up. So he caught on the wife. He's having his wife comfortably. He was trying to cross the other side, cross to the other side. Now, that was difficult too. So he left the hand of his wife too, because he has to save himself. We love ourselves. So he was trying to go to the other side, but fate has its own play. His leg got caught in between a rolling stone in the river. His leg got caught. He's trying to escape that. Very difficult. So what he did is he used a sickle or something to cut his leg free of it and try to. You don't want to give up anything of your body, but when it is a question of your life, you don't care about any part of your body. Any part of your body. So that's what we say. Oh, how can he cut his leg? This we see in the hospital. If you have a gangrene or something set, they say, okay, you can remove my leg. You can remove my hand. I was joking in Horezu saying you can remove my head also, but I should stay alive. That is the only condition. So we can remove everything, anything from the body, but I should be alive. That is the only condition we have. Okay, so we are attached to this body sense organ complex so much so that we can give up anything which we think we love. The Shruti beautifully says, Atmanastu kamaya sarvam priyam bhavati. Na putra kamaya, na vitta kamaya, etc. See, we don't love the son, the wealth, the daughter, the husband, etc. for the sake of the love of those things, those people. We love them because we love ourselves. For ourselves, we love them. That is the reality. Now, he says, okay, so what is the problem in loving myself? Beautiful word. Nalini dala gata jalam ati taralam. That's one word. Nalini dala gata jalam ati taralam. Nalini. It's normally in south part of India they give the girl's name Nalini without even knowing what the meaning is. Nalini is the lotus. Dala means the surface, leaf. Nalini dala gata, that which is on top of it, on it. Gata. Jalam, the water. Ati taralam, it is very unstable. the water on top of the lotus leaf is very unstable. See, the lotus leaf is on the water, but it never becomes immersed in water. It just floats on the water. Water rises, this lotus leaf also rises. Oh, that is all wrong. Actually, if you throw water on it, anything will go inside, right? So you throw a bucket of water in it, the water will float on it, but it will not immerse the lotus leaf. The water floats like mercury floats on your hand. The water droplet will be floating on the lotus leaf. It will not stick to any place. Normally, if you put a drop of water, it will stick to the surface of your hand or whatever object you put it on. But on the lotus leaf, this droplet will never stick to any one place. That droplet will remain as a droplet and it will move around the lotus leaf. Unstable. That is the key word. Ati taralam, very unstable. Like the lotus leaf droplet, life is unstable. He didn't say life. Unstable, he said. So next word is tadvat. Similarly, jivitam atishaya chapalam. The jivita, the life is very chapalam, fickle. The chapalam means fickle. Very fickle it is. The life is very fickle. So, this is, what are you saying? Life is fickle. This we discussed in the first shloka, samprapte sannihite kale. In samprapte sannihite kale, I said, when the death comes knocking at your door. Where is death? In all the 10 directions. In all the 10 directions. It is waiting. So, life is so fickle, we don't recognize it. It's not that we don't realize it. We realize it, but we don't recognize it. Anytime somebody dies, oh, poor man, he was a very good man actually. I spoke just yesterday to him, I was thinking about him yesterday. Why didn't you speak? That's a different thing. I was thinking about him, or I spoke to him. Oh, probably you spoke to him, that is why he died. So you can give so many logic, but still think as he is dead. And what do we think? Death only happens to others, not us. It always happens to others. Never do we recognize the seriousness of death. It is always around. Like I was explaining that story of this boy. When he wants to know the truth, everyone gives him advice. But no one is ready to understand the truth. No one is ready to give up everything to go to understand the truth. Why? Because they are very attached to this body sense organ complex. So attached, they cannot think about anything else. Whatever we do, we try to get closer to the self. In quotes, actually. It's in quotes. Whatever we do, we try to get closer to the self. Here is like a drug. Cigarettes. Just cigarettes. How so? People, when they are stressed, they smoke. Stress is relieved, they throw that cigarette and they continue with their job. Again, after a few minutes, again they need a cigarette. So, for us, the search for truth is like that dope, that cigarette. Whenever we want to escape the reality, we go into this shell. And when we are little bit settled, okay, we come out of this shell. Little bit settled, not settled, little bit settled. We come out of this shell. We break the continuity. So, the life is so fickle that we don't recognize it. We don't give it any importance. So, that is why he says, How fickle it is? It is as fickle as the leaf on the surface of lotus. The water on the surface of a lotus leaf. Okay. Vidhi vyadhi abhi. What are you saying? Why do you say about me like that? What did I say? The life is very fickle. I'm healthy. I'm healthy. I will live for. Okay, don't continue with that. That is why he says, Vidhi, no for sure. Vidhi. Vidhi means no. No for sure. Vyadhi abhimana grastam. This body is attached with a disease, ego, etc. We are attached to this body sense organ complex. There is ego, there is disease, etc. We are not even limiting with only these two. There are so many of these problems in the body sense organ complex. Vyadhi for the body, abhimana, ego for the mind. So your body is inflicted with disease, etc. Your mind is inflicted with ego, etc. So there is problem always. So is vyadhi abhimana grastam. You cannot avoid it. You know, you don't know. But I am healthy. I have no disease. Okay, fine. But abhimana, your mind is not healthy. There is abhimana, there is ego in it. We have not gotten rid of the ego yet. Ego is such a subtle thing, we don't even realize that it is there. It hides itself in different forms. I'll give you an example. We do this chanting of mantra. Okay, I'm chanting Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, etc. Or I am following the mind. I want to be thoughtless. I don't want to think about anything, not even the mantra. Okay, I'm sitting there. No thoughts, don't even entertain any thoughts. 5 seconds. I was thoughtless. See? 5 seconds, I was thoughtless. That itself is the ego. There is no thought, is the ego. I didn't think about anything. That itself is the ego. We don't recognize that. See? And we boldly say, see, I didn't have any thought. That is the thought. I didn't have thought. I don't have thought. I don't have any thought. I don't have any thought. That is the thought you had for the 5 seconds. And that is ego. And you thought you have destroyed the ego. I have removed the ego. I have removed the ego. I have removed the ego. I. Remove the ego is lost. I is there always. It's a constant there. You have not given up the abhimana. So, vyadhi abhimana grastam. Vyadhi, disease, old age, etc. is there for the body sense organs, and for the mind, abhimana, ego is there. So, know this, because the mind is equated with the monkey. They have an image of monkey to display the mind. Mind is like a monkey, etc. They say. You go to this temple in South India. The other day I was showing you the image of this temple. The temple in Pudukottai, Arandangi. This temple has a very beautiful construction. Very beautiful. It is a marvel in construction. No temple can come closer to it. That is why even in the sthapatis, the people who make the statues, etc., the architects, when they write a contract to create a new temple, to construct a new temple, they will say, we will not do anything which is similar to this temple. They cannot replicate it. Humans can't do that, because that's said to be a creation of the Shiva's Bhutaganas, the Shiva's people. Such a beautiful temple. Now, leave the temple. The entrance, when you enter the temple, on the front, there is a Gopura, the entrance. On the entrance, there are two images. One is a lizard. The other is a monkey. Monkey to show the natural state of your mind. A lizard to show this is how you should have to hold on to things. Hold to mantra, to Ishvara, to Guru, etc. Lizard never sleeps. Sometimes it does do. Sometimes it does fall. But normally it doesn't do. It doesn't fall. Okay. So that is why mind is like a monkey. It doesn't stand. It doesn't stay still. So vidhi abhimanagrastam, vidhi vyadhyadigrastam. The body sense organ complexes are associated with disease, etc. And the mind is affected with the ego, etc. Abhimanagrastam. Lokam shokam cha samastam. What is that lokam? This world. In this world, what is the greatness of this world? Shokam cha samastam. The world, in this world, everything, samastam means everything. Shokam cha, everything is a shoka, sorrow. Whatever we see as a happiness is a sorrow. What is this? It is like, I thought, I didn't think. I thought, I didn't think. Similarly, here we say, happiness is also sorrow. How can that be? Happiness be sorrow? Happiness is sorrow. Why? You love coffee. Very good coffee. Now, you are enjoying the coffee. But while enjoying the coffee, what do you think? Will I get the same kind of coffee tomorrow? Yesterday, I didn't get this kind of coffee. Your mind is not drinking this coffee, enjoying this coffee, is thinking about the past and future always. So, happiness which you think is not there because there is a comparison. When there is comparison, your happiness is lost. Okay. Is that you first you are waiting for the coffee to arrive. I'm going to get coffee. That's happiness. Then you get coffee. That is happiness. Then you enjoy coffee. That is happiness. In Shastra, we see this 3 levels of happiness as a Priya, Moda, Pramoda. These 3 are named. Priya, the desire. Moda, when you gain it. Pramoda, when you enjoy it. So, I'm waiting for good coffee. Good coffee. I'm enjoying the good coffee. Very good. And I got the good coffee and I'm enjoying the good coffee. 3 states of happiness. Where is sorrow? Oh, now there is going to be a good coffee, but tomorrow they will not provide probably, or yesterday they didn't provide. So there is comparison. While drinking the coffee, oh, tomorrow will I get the same kind of coffee, or yesterday I didn't get the same kind of coffee. Similarly, not just that, with every sip the coffee is reducing. And very soon the coffee is going to end, come over. There will be no coffee. This good thing is going to come to end. That creates sorrow. And after experiencing it, it is lost. I had a very good coffee. Over. This is not it. Before the experience and after the experience, there is sorrow. Why? Because before the experience, you have to work for that experience. After the experience is lost. So, there is sorrow. No happiness comes free. Nothing is free here. So, you have to work for it. Working is not an enjoyable thing. It is pain. It is pain. Whatever be the end result, action is pain. We saw in the first sloka. Dukh karani. Any action is pain. Action is not without pain. Oh, pain is gain. That is true. But this gain, whatever you are going to have after the pain, is going to be pain again. Because that gain is not eternal. That gain is a momentary. That gain is a non-eternal, limited. Therefore, after that gain ends, again pain. So, pain is gain. Pain, while gaining, pain, after losing, pain. So, where is the happiness, you say? When there is a continuity of sorrow in all the three states, before, while, after, what do you call as happiness? Underlying thing in all the happiness is only sorrow. Before, while, after. So, what can we call as happiness? So, that is why he says, Ati Chapalam, Ati Taralam. Two words, here and there. Ati Chapalam, Ati Taralam. So, Lokam Shokam Cha Samsam. That is why finally he concludes it with whatever you associate with your body sense organ complex, that is never happiness. It is only sorrow. And that is why Buddha became Buddha because of this first glimpse, not of the self. The first glimpse of sorrow. He was in a protected environment. The people who, the astrologers who saw his chart, told the king, okay, there are only two ways for this fellow. A, he will become a very great emperor. B, he will become a renunciate. What is this? Very great emperor, renunciator. Like we say, happiness is sorrow. Will he be a renunciate or a great emperor? What is that? So they said, yes, he will become a very great emperor if he does not see any sorrow. If the moment he sees sorrow, he will become a renunciate. They very clearly said that. And therefore, Buddha was never given a chance. Gautama was never, Siddhartha was never given a chance to see any kind of sorrow, to experience any kind of sorrow. Such a protected environment, like the kids today. Take a jeep, take a bus, go to school, take a bus, come home. In the school, be with your other kids, come home, be with your cell phone. No outside activity, protected environment. They don't know how to go and purchase anything, do bargain, etc. They know they can do that on the cell phone, not directly with the person. So, this Gautama was in such a protected environment, he does not know what sorrow is. He got married, he had kids, and everyone thought everything is fine. One day, he sneaked out by himself, went out on his chariot, and he saw old age people suffering due to old age. He saw people with disease suffering because of the disease. He saw people suffering because of death. The dead person is not suffering, the others are suffering because of death. Now, after seeing all this, he immediately gave up everything. What the astrologers predicted came true. He gave up, and that became the canon of his teaching. Sarvam dukkham dukkham. Everything is sorrow. There is no happiness here. Everything is sorrow. And happiness, yes, there is happiness. Then for that he says, Sarvam Kshanikam Kshanikam. Everything is momentary. Everything is momentary, fickle. Sarvam Kshanikam Kshanikam. These became the base for his teaching. And finally, then everything, what is the truth? If you ask her, Sarvam Shunyam Shunyam. That is the truth. There is nothing called truth. Everything is void. The truth is void. That is his understanding. Or that is what the people. It is not Buddha who taught it. It is what people understood as his teaching. Buddhism came after 300 years of Buddha. After 300 years of Buddha, these people had a fight. His followers, in quotes, they had a fight. What is the teaching of Buddha? So they had democracy. They had 3 boxes. Tripitika, they call it. This is what that was taught by Buddha. This is what is taught by Buddha. Like that, they had 3 boxes, and in 3 boxes they voted, and 3 boxes became 3 sect and religion in Buddhism. So, Sarvam Kshanikam Kshanikam, Sarvam Shunyam Shunyam, Sarvam Dukkham Dukkham. The 4th canon is Sarvam Swalakshanam Swalakshanam. Whatever you see is what it is. There is no reality to it. So that is how, anyway, that is Buddhism. We are not interested in that. So Sarvam Shokam Shokam. That is the base. Everything is sorrow. So what externally you see is sorrow. What internally yourself, which you think is the most lovable thing, that is also a pack of sorrow. So, okay, what should I do then? You have to understand. See, I have no attachments to the others. Good. Now, after hearing this, I don't have any attachment to myself. Good. So, what is stopping you from realization? People are attached to me. I am not attached. They are attached to me. I am not even talking about that fellow who hugged the tree and says, this tree is not leaving me. Not that. I am not even talking about that. I am not even talking about that. I'll tell you a story. Some people who have heard my lectures earlier, they know the story. This is my story. I was in Chennai. I didn't decide to give up. I actually ran away from my home once and I had to come back. I took my mother to try to save me from going away. So something happened, so I came back with my mother. Okay. Now what happened is I became matured, in quotes. I became matured. There is nothing, there is no need to go out anywhere. You are what you are. All that creates stupid ideas. Okay. So I was okay. One day in the bus station, okay, my home was very close to this bus station, so I took the bus from that place. So you have to wait till the bus starts. Okay, since there are so many buses there, it's place of business also. People will sell things, or people will beg, borrow, steal, whatever, everything happens there. So I was waiting for the bus to start. This man with his monkey came. This man with his monkey came to me. Came to each one of us. Sir, please. We have a beautiful word in Tamil, Vayilla Jivan. Means this fellow does not have the ability to ask, speak. So I am doing it for him, kind of. Okay. So this fellow is begging from each one of them. Sir, brother, sister, mother, daughter, everything, whatever words he can use, he used all the trick of the trade and he collected money. He collected money and got out of the bus. I am watching this. I didn't give him money. I'm just watching this. What's happening? This fellow got down from the bus, and on the border of this bus station, there are some kiosks, shops. And one of the shops is selling, along with coffee, tea, this national food of South, idli. Idli. It's rice dumpling kind of. I'm not talking about giving you idli now. I'm talking about that fellow buying idli. So this fellow, what he did is, he has some money now. He went to the shop. He bought idlis. He has a vessel. Okay. In that vessel, he took 4 idlis, and idli, this rice dumpling, does not come alone. Rice cake does not come alone. It comes with a sambar and chutney, a side dish, a very tasty side dish. Okay. So 4 idlis, sambar and chutney. He came and sat down. This monkey is in a leash. Monkey is tied. It's not free. It's tied, and he is holding on the leash. And he has 4 idlis with sambar and chutney. He sat down. He left the monkey down and took 1 idli and threw it on the ground. He didn't feed it. He threw it on the ground. The monkey took this idli and cleaned its surface. They are very clean than us. It's cleaned its surface and started chewing that idli. This fellow was eating the other 3 idlis with a sambar and chutney. I'm just watching all this, and I thought, yes, that fellow, that monkey, does not have a mouth to ask. True. But left alone, that will fetch its food. That will take care of itself. But without that monkey, this fellow will starve to death. This fellow will starve to death. So he is showing the monkey and feeding himself. This is what we do. We show for that, for this, for that, for this, but in reality, it is not for that and this. We are doing it all for ourselves. We are not ready to let our monkeys free go. Because monkey will survive. We cannot survive without the monkey. We want to have the monkeys. So that is why he says, Shokam cha samastam. Everything is a pack of sorrow. Okay. But still, what is the answer? I don't love the other things. I don't love myself too. But how can I stop the others loving me? They love me so much. That is one dream we are always in. So, for that he says, Yavat vittoparjana saktaha, Yavat vittoparjana saktaha, Yavat vittoparjana saktaha, Tavat nija parivaro raktaha, Tavat nija parivaro raktaha, Tavat nija parivaro raktaha, Pascha jivati jarjara dehe, Pascha jivati jarjara dehe, Pascha jivati jarjara dehe, Vartam kopi na pruchhati gehe, Vartam kopi na pruchhati gehe, Vartam kopi na pruchhati gehe, Yavat vittoparjana saktaha, Tavat nija parivaro raktaha, पश्चाजीवति जर्जरदेहे वार्तां कोऽपि न पृच्छति गेहे पृच्छति. Okay. यावत् वित्त उपार्जन सक्तः. How is the world attached to us? This is a general thing we see in the world. So, yavat, until, vitta means wealth, money. Uparjana means earning, to earn. Saktaha, ability, capable. Until we are capable of earning money, tavat, till then. That yes should be on the other side. Okay. Tavat, tavan is tavat. Tavat, till then. Nija parivara. Nija, one's own. Parivara, family. Raktaha, love us. Rakta means attached to us. Until one is capable of earning wealth, money, the family is ready to love us. That is not true. How can you say that? There are some fellows, some family, maybe not, but the generality is what we are talking about. There is a story in the tradition. This is not my story, this is a story in the tradition, in the Puranas. The whole story of Ramayana. Who wrote Ramayana? Ramayana was written by Valmiki. Who was Valmiki? He was the author of, that I know. Who wrote Ramayana? Ramayana was written by Valmiki. Who is Valmiki? Valmiki is author of Ramayana. This we know. What further? Ramayana, the author of Ramayana, Valmiki, was a dacoit. He was a dacoit. He was a thief. Whoever goes, travels through the forest, he stays in, he will steal from them. Why does he steal? He has his parents, he has his wife, he has his kids. To take care of them, he steals. Once it happened so, Narada came towards that place. Narada wanted to take care of this Valmiki, to show him the right path. Narada is a Devarishi. Okay? So he wanted to take care of this Valmiki to give him the right knowledge, because it is time for him to start the new life. So he came there. He appeared in front of them. So as usual, he caught another person in the forest. So he said, okay, give me whatever you own. Narada, this Rishi, is asking him, why are you doing this? Why are you causing pain to others? Don't give me all that. Give me whatever you have. Don't give me your jnana. Don't give me your knowledge. Just give me what wealth you have. That's all. Okay, I will give whatever I have. But just tell me what you are doing. Just tell me. This is my life. Because in earlier days, there are different kinds of classes. Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. In this class, there is this class of people who are given the permission to thieve, to steal, to do dacoit. They are given permission, they are allowed, but their menace should not cross a limit. They are accepted. The king knows. Still, he just lets, that's the life. In olden days, in the village, there will be one thief. Everyone knows that he is the thief. Whenever something is lost, they'll go and buy from him. They'll buy their own property from him. It's a funny thing. We have this Ganesh statues. Ganesh statues we have. You know what is the story about this statue of Ganesha? The statue of Ganesha should not be bought. You should not make it for your temple. You should steal it from some other place. So they pay this fellow some money the thief of their village some money to bring Ganesha. So what he does is he steals from another village and he will not bring it to the village. He will put it in the well. It will be immersed in the well for some time. So once the sound is meaning the people are not searching for that Ganesha, he will remove this from the well and place it in this village. Now, what happened to the other village? Why they are not inquiring about this Ganesha? Because they paid their man to steal it from another village. This is a circle. Everyone knows this. This is the way of livelihood for those people. This stealing of Ganesha is not accepted as a sin. It is, they know, everyone knows, but still it is their livelihood. They are helping him also maintain his family. So like that, this fellow, this Valmiki, is doing all this nonsense. So Narada asks him, why are you doing this? I am doing it for my family. Okay, this is a sin. You understand? Yes. Does you share the wealth with your family? Yes. Does your family share the sin also? Of course. They love me. Whatever was said here. They love me. I have no worry. If someone kills you while you are stealing, I don't care about myself. The family loves me. I have to take care of them. Will they share your sin? Of course. Okay. Go and ask your family and come back. I'm here. I don't believe you. You will run away. You are doing all this to run away, right? Okay. Do whatever you need to. So he ties Narada to a tree and goes to the place where he stays. There he goes directly to his parents, asks them, you love me? Yes. Of course. You are our son. We love you. Of course. Okay. So this is the situation. I am stealing wealth from others. Yes. That's a sin. Yes. Will you share the sin with me? What nonsense. We are your parents. It is your duty to take care of us. We can't share the sin. It is your duty. Okay, fine. Goes to the wife. Wife gives him the same thing. It is your duty. You married me. It is your duty to take care of me. The children, we are not grown. It is your duty. Again, the same story. So, no one is ready to share his sin, but everyone is ready to share his profit. So, he understands the truth of life. He comes back to Narada and releases Narada and says, sorry sir, what you said is true. I made a mistake. Okay, now what should I do? Now you understand this lesson is a very great lesson. Okay, you understood it. Okay, let me give you a mantra. Okay, chant Rama. Your sins will be gone. What? Rama. Lama. Not Lama, Rama. Rama. He could not even chant the Lord's name. This is even before Rama's birth. So, this Narada decided to give him a mantra so that he can do it properly. How? Do you know what this tree is? This is Mara tree. What tree? Mara tree. Are you idiot? This is Mara tree. I know this. Okay. Just chant Mara. Just chant Mara. Mara, 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 Mara. It became Rama. He was not so much of sin. He was not able to take the Lord's name directly. But over the course of time, Mara, Mara became Rama, Rama, Rama. And there was a ant hill on top of him. he was sitting in meditation and doing meditation, and an anthill got built. Anthill is called as Valmiki in Sanskrit. His name is Valmiki because of the anthill. So that is what we see here. I don't love others. I don't love myself. The others love me. For that he says, Yavat, till you are capable of earning wealth, till then the family, Nija Parivara, your family loves you. Then what? Paschat Jivati Jarjara Dehe. Jarjara Dehe, old age body, the body which is in a bad condition because of old age, disease, etc. Jivati, your life. Paschat, later. After, later in your life, when your body is not listening to you, when your body is not listening to you, when you are weak, at that point of time, meaning you are incapable of earning anything. At that point of time, Vartam Kopina Prichati Gehe. I take care of my parents. Where are they? They are in that room. I provide them food. I take care of them. I buy them medicines. True. But the parent, the father or mother calls you. You don't have any job. Always you are calling me. Don't disturb me like this. I am in a call. Office became important. If I am not in this call, how will I feed you? Office becomes important. Now, there is no one to talk to this old man. Old man or old woman. There is no one to talk to. What does he ask? He says, Vartam kopi na prichati gehe. Gehe, in the house. Vartam. Varta means news. Kopi na, no one, not anyone. Prichati, asks. No one asks about you. No one asks any news about you. Any detail about you. How are you? Are you fine today? What's happening today? Okay, I ask, what's happening today? Actually, okay, I understand. No, but yes, okay, fine. The thing is, okay, I'll see you tomorrow. You don't even allow the other person to complete his talk. You know what the biggest problem with old people is? They want to talk to someone and no one listens to him. No one listens to them. That is the biggest problem of old people. They want to talk. They want not just to talk. I want to listen, but he does not stop talking. The problem is they want only to talk. They want to talk from day end to day beginning. Not day beginning to day end. So it is a continuous process. They want to talk. And while talking, they may sleep. And they will continue it after waking up from the sleep from the same place or some different place. Does not really matter. They want to talk. They enjoy talking. Whether it is useful for you or not is not important. Whether it is applicable in current situation is not important. But they just want to talk. This is the situation. But Kopina Prichati, no one listens to them. No one listens to their talk. So no one listens to them, their news. What, how, etc. ends. That is why he says, Yavat Vitta Uparjana Sakta, until he was capable of, oh, did you drink coffee? Shall I bring you another coffee? All that will take place. Once that is over, no one asks about you. So he says, next is Yavat Pavano Nivasati Dehe. Yavat Pavano Nivasati Dehe. Yavat Pavano Nivasati Dehe. Tavat Prichati Kushalam Gehe. Tavat Prichati Kushalam Gehe. तावत् पृच्छति कुशलं गेहे गतवति वायो देहापाये गतवति वायो देहापाये गतवति वायो देहापाये भार्या बिभ्यति तस्मिन् काये भार्या बिभ्यति तस्मिन् काये भार्या बिभ्यति तस्मिन् काये. Beautiful shloka. Okay. It is not that we don't listen to them, we do listen to them. Next, that is the logic. Okay. It's not as you say, Swamiji. We do listen to them. Okay, good. You listen to them. Yes. What happens? He says, Yavat pavano nivasati dehe. Pavana means air. Prana, the vital air. Till, yavat, till, until, pavanaha, the vital air, nivasati dehe, stays in the body until you breathe. Until you breathe. Tavat pruchati kushalam gehe. Tavat pruchati. Till then, they ask. Pruchati, they ask. Kushalam gehe. They ask your well-being in the home, in the house. Are you fine? Okay. How are things today? Fine. Okay. Very good. Okay. Even if you are loved, if you are being asked this question, then I should be happy about that. It is not like you say, I don't have attachment to the others. I don't have attachment to my body. I am being inquired about my well-being by my family. I should be happy. What is your problem? There is no problem. But this body, sense organ complex, which you say is the other people love, there is a problem with that. What is the problem? Till there is a breathe in your body, till there is prana in your body, everyone asks about your well-being. Oh, after you are dead, who can ask you? What's the point in asking you? Yes, true. There is no point in asking your well-being after you die. But there is another issue. What is the issue? Gatavati vayo. Vayu, air. Gatavati, when the prana, when the breath leaves. When the life leaves your body. Dehapaye, at the time of death. At the time of death, when the prana leaves your body, what happens? What happens? The body is lying there. The body is lying there. You were holding on to that person till now, till then, you are saying nothing will happen, don't worry, don't worry, don't worry, don't worry, everything is fine, and this fellow is dead now. Okay, so you are with somebody, that somebody says, okay, I'll go and bring people, I'll go and inform people so that we can take care of the cremation and other rituals. Are you going now? Yes, now. Are you going to leave me here? Are you going to leave me here alone? What is the question? This is the body you loved, and you are not ready to stay with that body you loved so much alone. You are not ready to stay alone with that body. Till the prana existed, everything is okay. The moment the prana left, people are afraid of dead body. People are afraid of dead body. Dead people. What? See, if that person is alive, he may do something, he may say something, he may do something which hurts you. But when he is dead, there is no movement. But we are not ready to accept that. We are afraid of that dead body. There is a beautiful shloka in Tamil written by one great saint called Tirumular. This saint, it is said that he wakes up from the samadhi once in 1,000 years and chants a shloka. Once in 100 years or 1000 years, he chants a shloka. Even if it is once in a year, doesn't really matter for me. He wakes up and he chants a shloka and closes his eyes. One 4-line couplet, that's all. 4-line stanza and closes his eyes. In one of the shloka, he says, beautiful. மரத்தை மறைத்தது மாமத யானை மரத்தில் மறைந்தது மாமத யானை பரத்தை மறைத்தது பார்முதல் பூதம் பரத்தில் மறைந்தது பார்முதல் பூதமே. It's a beautiful shloka. It refers to the previous shloka which we saw here. There is an elephant image. That elephant image completely hides the wood there. The child sees only the elephant, not the wood. But the woodsman, he sees the wood, not the elephant. Similarly, the 5 self. For the knowledgeable, everything is dissolved in that self. Only self is visible. There is nothing other than the self. In that self, everything gets dissolved. For the ignorant, the self gets dissolved in the 5 elements. For the knowledgeable, the 5 elements gets dissolved in the self. So, this is one beautiful couplet. Another couplet, he talks about this dead thing, dead situation, when a person dies. ஊரெல்லாம் கூட்டி ஒழிக்க அழுதிட்டு பேரினை நீக்கி பிணமென்று பேரிட்டு சூரையங்காட்டிடை கொண்டு போய் சுட்டிட்டு நீரில் மூழ்கி நினைப்பொழித்தனரே. Beautiful shloka. This is says they will call the whole village and they will cry. When you are dead, they will call the whole village and they will cry. After that, somebody will ask, when are you going to take that? They will not say, when are you going to take Rama to the crematorium? When are you going to take Krishna to the crematorium? They will ask, when are you going to take this body to the crematorium? They will remove the name and give it this and that a body name. Okay, is that all? No, they will take him to the crematorium, that body to the crematorium, and burn him. After burning, there is a ritual in India that you, after attending a cremation, you cannot come without taking a bath. So normally what they do is they take bath in the river and enter the home. If they have to travel somewhere, nowadays they attend this program and travel somewhere to their home, back home to take bath, etc. At least they will sprinkle some turmeric water on them and go. That turmeric water is equated to a bath. They will go and take bath in their home. So it is compulsory. Before you do anything else, you have to take bath. So what he talks about that bathing is, you take a dip not to cleanse yourself or remove whatever inauspiciousness you acquired during this attending of cremation. But you take a dip to forget about that person. How is that possible? Yes, you take a dip. When you take a dip in water, 3 dips. After that, when you come out, you know what happens? Your stomach starts growling. What will we eat? What will we eat? You know, nowadays, even before you go to the crematorium, see, earlier it used to be the family which used to take care of everything. Okay, so there will be a group of people who take bath. Once they know the news, somebody will come and tell the news earlier in a cycle or something, and they will take bath, etc., and they will start the cooking. That is how it used to be. till the body is in your home, you should not burn the stove. You cannot start the stove. You cannot switch on the stove. It's not acceptable. Not even for making tea. This is how it used to be. This is not just your house. In the whole street, if it is agrahara, etc., if it is close to a temple, etc., the whole street will not cook the food. The temple will be closed. Only if the body is taken out, they will all take bath and start cooking and open the temple. That is how it used to be. Now, this fellow, nowadays it is all in contract. So, you tell the contractor, okay, I want the 10 o'clock slot for crematorium. In the crematorium, I want 10 o'clock slot. Okay, done. Okay, not in this crematorium. I'll take you to the other crematorium. There, I have fixed the 10 o'clock slot. Okay, fine. So, 10 o'clock slot, you are there. The body is burning. Now, people are waiting. Their stomach is burning because of hunger. So, they are calling you. What happened? Will he bring the food? Wait 1 second. What happened? The food has not come yet. Sir, in 10 minutes. Children are waiting there without eating food. What are you talking 10 minutes? You should have brought it already. Body is burning. This happened. This is what happens. This is what is the practical situation. The body is burning. Till then you were worried about that. But now life goes on. We say that. Life goes on. We have to be alive. In Bengal, I heard this beautiful thing. In Bengal, there is a custom. While the body is burning, they eat rasagulla. They have to, in the crematorium, we don't do that. In the crematorium, you have to eat one rasagulla. Rasagulla is a sweet. It's the cheese which you have, that cheese you have to fry and put it in sugar syrup. That is rasagulla. They have to eat this sweet in the crematorium after burning the body. I was like, what? Logical. Think is, you should have to forget about this. Life has some sweetness in it. So come back to life. Otherwise, this fellow, oh, life is so fickle. Let me give up everything and go from this crematorium. People will lose heart. So, to give them that energy to come back, sugar is energy. So, they give this sweet. So, what he says is, Gatavati Vayo Dehapaye, when the body, when the breath leaves the body, what happens? Bharya Bibhyati Tasminkai. The wife who used to serve him, who used to live with him, that very wife will be afraid to stay alone with the body. Bibhyati, she'll be afraid. Tasminkai, of that body. That very body with which she spent the whole life, with that very body, for that very body there is fear. So this is what is the truth. So don't say that I don't love, but they love. That is also even only till you are alive. Even if it is so, it is only till you are alive. The moment you are dead, people are afraid of you. I'm talking about only those people whom they are afraid after death, not for others before death. Okay. See, this is the beauty. Only in Vedanta class we can talk about death and laugh. Or amidst the military people. Military people can talk about death coolly like a sannyasi. That's the commonality between people in service and people who are renunciates. They both can talk about death coolly. No one can do that. I and another friend of mine were sitting on the banks of Ganges and we were talking. Some chat and we were talking. Something, if death happens, We are not bothered. I can die even now. Something like that we were talking. One old woman, she had come after her husband's retirement. She's staying in Rishikesh. That woman heard our talk about death. She was hurt so much. She started scolding us. How can you people being a sadhu, how can you talk about death? How inauspicious this is. So we are talking not about your death, about our death. But still, how can you talk about death? Whether it is your death or my death, it does not really matter. Death is death. You should not talk about it. That is the fear of dying. Abhinivesha. In Sanskrit, in Yoga Sutrakara Patanjali calls it Abhinivesha, attachment to the body. I don't want to die. That is the greatest fear of everyone. So, he says, Taspin Bibhyati, Bharya Bibhyati, Taspin Ka. Even the wife is afraid of that very body. We will see this. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamuduchyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Camera.